Hey, what's going on? Just checking in, getting trying to figure out some stuff here on this here Facebook Live platform. Trying to hold it down, hold it together, get it together, make it happen. Trying to see what's up. What is up? How you guys been, man? Everything good? Enjoying? The kids are back in. Are the kids back in school? I don't have any kids in public school anymore. I guess that's kind of like a thing to officially say that I'm getting older now. So, hey, Michelle, how are you? So glad to hear from you. There you go. There you are, right there. Very good, very good, very good. Good to see you too, Michelle. Appreciate you checking in. Yeah, my youngest is entering college and is moving away to her campus next week. So, congratulations to Maria. Your son's back into public school, high school, middle school. I'm glad you're good, Michelle. Very good, very good. Supposedly, the software that I use to stream live on has an update where if I don't know, something about you have to click something to have your name attached to your comment, something like that. Angel, how are you? John, thank you for saying that, John. St. Louis was always good to me. You need me back in the loo. Thank you, Michael, for saying that. I appreciate that. Andrea Hubbard, my goodness, how are you? How are you? Goodness, it's been a while. It has been a while. Sherry, how are you? Good to have you on board on this. What is today? Wednesday. I lose track of days now. Is that where it starts? Because I'm not quite sure. I'm just saying. But anyway, I'm sounding kind of low. Well, you know what? Let me fix that a little bit and turn that way and turn that way. And is that better? Is that better? Hey, Brandy, Andrea, AJ, how was that? Is that better? Let me know. Tell me if that's better. I need to know. I need to know. I'm like Mark Anthony. I need to know. I'm so glad, Andrea, that you're doing wonderful. Angela, how are you? Shirley, how are you? You guys in St. Louis, everything good? Hello, Avita. Lois McDonald. Yes, Avita, how are you? How are you? Very good. Very good. Good to hear from you. Yeah. But there's kind of a lot going on, and there's kind of like not a lot going on. But I guess the biggest news in my eyes is not Omarosa. The biggest news is Aretha. And Brooklyn, Illinois, home of the pink slip, misses you. It still sounds low, Angela. Okay, let me see where am I? Let me just take a look real quick and see. Okay, I'm going the wrong way. That's why. Okay, all right. Now how is that, Yvonne? How is that? Is that better? Is that better? So I feel like the eye doctor. Better? Is this better? Can you see better now? Or when the eye doctor gives you that tip, do you see this better now or now? Now or now? It's like, no, man, I can't see anything, man. Give me some glasses. Damn it. Okay, Andrea, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I thought I had adjusted. I turned it down even more. So now I got it back up again. So that's good. Cam, what's going on? But Aretha Franklin. Some people were posting yesterday that she had passed. She has not passed away. Why y'all do that, man? Why do people do that? They want to be first with the news. It's more important to be right with the news than first with the news, because you know what? You don't get a bonus for putting up something first. You don't get a bonus. You don't get a check. You don't even get respect, but you do get shaded. I think. Hey, Daryl, how you doing, man? Belleville is in the house. Cody, how you doing? Shalina Cody, how are you? How are you? Good. Yeah, so anyway, with Aretha Franklin, she's been sick for a while. And I think we all knew that. And there are reports she's in hospice, and there's reports that she's not in hospice. There's reports that she's got hospice care at home, and there are reports saying that she's laughing and visiting with family, and she's fine, and she may even recover. but then there are reports that say the end is near. So I don't know what to believe. So the best that I can do is pray for her, right? That's all we can do. We can't speculate. Let's quit reposting her health status because we don't know. We'll know when we know. I enjoy the videos of her performances. I think those are great, but her health status, let's not post those because we don't know. We think we know, and we always think we know, but we really don't know. We never really know. And that's true about anything. Unless you're in the room, you really never know. I'm doing fine, LaFondria Fonz. I'm doing good. Howard, how you doing, man? You got to get, you know what, Howard, I see your videos on, what's it, Mix 99.5, and you got to get them to turn the logo around, man, so that when you go live, the logo looks right. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, but I enjoy what you're doing, man. I think I'm all in on the live streaming thing. I enjoy what you're doing. So if you flip it, smack it, flip it, rub it down, just turn it around, just turn it around. Because when you use it for something, and I don't understand that, and I'm sure there's a logical reason. When you use a selfie camera, the front-facing camera, it flips everything around. But if you use the back-facing camera, it doesn't flip everything around, but you can't see if the shot is in the frame. You know, so you could use the back side of it, you know, the back-facing camera, and you'll be like this your whole show. And let's talk about this now, you know, and that ain't happening. Yeah, the best thing we can do, Yvonne, is pray for Aretha. There's nothing else really that can be said or done, because speculating and reposting stuff is irresponsible because we don't know. Let's just all pray for her, you know. Demetrius, how are you? Yeah, Howard. Yeah, you know what, man? Anything I can do to help, man. Now, depending on, I'm a geek. I'm a tech geek, so I can use my phone and have it hook up to my laptop if I need to use my phone as a camera, and then I can see with the back-facing camera, and I can see the shot. Nothing's flipped around, but I instead opted for the software that allows me to put your comments up like that, Dallas. So that's kind of like how that is, and trying to get it a little bit smaller though, because you're taking up valuable real estate space, man. I like that picture though. That Abby it's tight, man. You in front of the mic, I like that. I like that a lot. So, Yvonne, thank you so much. Yvonne's got a nice little picture. Look at Yvonne right there. There you go, Yvonne. Look at you, girl. Look at you. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Girl, looking like a snack. When did that become a thing? I don't want to look like a damn snack. I want to look like the entree. The hell with the snack. I don't eat sweets. so I don't want to look, and I know I don't look like a snack, so I look more like bread service. I'm the roll. I'm the bread that comes with the meal. That's me. Yeah, Howard, if I can help you in any way, man, I'll be glad to do it, man. And I also think, man, you should think about podcasting. Podcasting is, Yvonne, you're welcome. Podcasting is a very big thing, and I coach a few people on podcasts, and I'm working on a Facebook page where I'm going to ask people, you know, if you want me to critique your podcast. Demetrius, thank you, man. Demetrius says I'm a fool. Well, you know what? Yes, I am. Yes, I freely admit that. Help you with your podcast, get it all. Even with your videos, I can do that too. I've studied a lot, read a lot, and I've learned a lot over the course. Let me just button this right now because this is just irritating the hell out of me. So just, there you go. I'm a married man. I got to keep it buttoned up. Yeah, man. So why are my glasses crooked, man? I just had them straightened out. Maybe my head is crooked. Maybe that's the thing. It's like, so anyway. So I'm working on starting a page where I can help that, and if people want personal coaching, then I can monetarily make some money off of that. But to critique, I'm not going to charge people for that at all. And then I'm going to be doing some videos that I'm just going to give away. And hopefully that can help people to improve their podcast, because I coach a lot of people on their podcasts. And the number one thing about podcasting is you got to be consistent. You can't put one up for 2-3 weeks and then not do anything for a month. That's not going to grow. But you know what? Howard, you can Facebook me or on inbox me on Facebook. But the better thing is to hit me on the email, and my email address is tony@tonyscottmedia.com. That's a better way to get at me, because I don't check the message thing on Facebook as much as I should. I'm getting better, But, one of those things. Marvin! How are you, Marvin? Marvin's one of the good people, man. That's the one thing I'll say about St. Louis. I don't miss St. Louis. I miss the people of St. Louis. Because St. Louis is as many problems as it has and all that. And, I'm not here for all that. But you guys, I miss. The train is in the house. What's up, Arlington? How you doing, man? I love what you did with the basketball thing, though, the games and stuff, man. You're doing. Arlington has got a podcast thing going too. Bethany, thank you so much. I haven't been as consistent with them since I left the radio station. So, but that's something that I'm working on. Tomorrow, the plan tomorrow is to do this with Mark Clark and maybe Troy Johnson. We've got to see how Troy's equipment is at this point. So, yeah, Bethany, it's one of those things, but I'm trying to be more consistent. All right, Arlington, I read your comment, man. You got to text me, man. You're interrupting my flow, man. I'm just messing with you. Ronald, I'd love to be on your show, man. Just hit me up, Tony at TonyScottMedia.com. Tell me what your show is about. I'd be happy to do it, unless it's like about, like porn or something. I don't want to do the porn thing, man. Are you into porn? I'm not into porn. So, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm not. That's not me. Marshall, I'm glad to hear that you're on your end homeless mission. That's a huge undertaking, and I admire you for that. So very good. Kudos to you, and hopefully something good will come from that. So, and you're not Ronald's not into porn either. Then why you keep sending me them links, man? Oh, the dude I kicked in the bag, Daryl? Okay, well, if that makes you feel better, okay. Yes, Tony at TonyScottMedia.com. That is my email address. So, but yeah, so anyway, I like to talk about pop culture stuff because I think it's just a way to, inform everybody. And like we're talking about Aretha, and she's been sick for a while, and she's still with us. Don't know what condition she's in. Don't know if she's in hospice like it's been reported. I know she's been sick a while. Like I said, all we do is pray for her. Now, the other big story, of course, is Omarosa and her recordings of the president, which may or may not be illegal. Not illegal in the sense where it's a one consent kind of thing, I think. So she's in the clear on that. But as far as national security or violating a non-disclosure agreement that she apparently signed, there may be some issues with that. I'd be worried more about national security than I would about the non-disclosure. But it's Omarosa's world when it comes to what she's trying to. She's clearly trying to sell a book, and I can't give her a pass on the fact that she was an enabler, and she knew she was an enabler, but she did it for financial gain. So basically, she sold out people of color, in particular African Americans, at the expense of lining her pockets. And now she wants to double dip and line them again by having you buy her book. And is making these accusations against the president, whether they're true or not. Did he use the N-word? Yeah, of course he used the N-word. Come on. But you know what? That's low-hanging fruit. We got to keep our eye on the ball. He creates these kinds of, and I wouldn't be surprised if Omarosa is still in cahoots with the president, creating this drama to deflect away from the ongoing obstruction of justice collusion thing. Right? And then she can make some money selling some books. Right? The fact that he called her a dog, disrespecting a black woman, yeah. I totally agree with that. I mean, I don't really care for Omarosa's point of view. I don't know her as a person. It would be unfair to say that I don't like her as a person. I will admit that I kind of lean that way because she's never really said or done anything that I thought was like, that was a good move that I'm aware of. But to say I don't like her would be unfair. But her motives on this clearly are to sell books, right? She's got recordings of the president. Okay, you got recordings of the president. You're saying he used the N-word. Okay, so if he used the P word, it's not a stretch to say he didn't use the N-word. And clearly he's used the N-word. I mean, come on, man. Come on. And this, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who, by the way, just turned 36, so that job is beating her up pretty good. It's beating her up pretty good. It's aged her, but working for Trump will age. Working in the White House will age you. Look what it did to President Obama. Clearly, 8 years it aged the hell out of him. That's might be the most stressful job on the planet. How much other stuff has she recorded? Great question, Andrea. Andrea. That's a great question because I guess we'll find out, right? Penn from Penn and Teller, the magician / comedian guy. He says clearly the president has used the N-word, and he says something like, "I've heard it, but my recollection is not that great about it. So don't count on me to be credible." Well, then shut up. then shut the hell. I mean, for real though. Yes, Train Omarosa, she wanted everybody to bow down to Trump, and that's a quote. Yeah, that is a quote. Am I here for her? No. Am I going to buy her book? No, I'm not going to buy her book. No, I don't. I'm not interested in anything she has to say about the White House, because you know what? Even if she was able to prove everything, you're still trying to change the narrative of what's going on in this country by making yourself a victim. You took that job. You knew what kind of man he was. Hell, you worked with him the last few years. You had his phone number, so you were tight with him. So no, I mean, it's is she a sellout? I can't say, Yvonne, let me be devil's advocate and present the other side, because I don't know another side. She sold out folks a long time ago, and now she wants back in with this book. But we don't need that. Like I said, that's low-hanging fruit. We need to just, you know what? He's using the N-word. We know this. And I think if a tape comes out with him using the N-word, videotape, audio tape, whatever, it's not going to change anything. It's going to play up to his base. Because his base uses the N-word. And we have to, for the most part, we're going to have to, differentiate Republicans from his base. Okay? There are a lot of Republicans who are not Trump supporters. There are a lot of Republicans who say he is not representative of what he doesn't represent the GOP. And it's up to us to choose whether we want to do that or not, believe it or not. I don't believe that everybody who voted for Trump is a racist. But I believe everybody who's a racist voted for Trump. There's a difference, right? I think, it's not an original thought of mine. I think I read that somewhere. It makes perfect sense. It would be crazy if she's the one who turned out to bring him down. If she brought him down, that would be crazy. That would be. Now, if she brought him down, do we let her back into Wakanda? do we let her back into Wakanda if in fact she's the one that brings him down? Wouldn't that be crazy that he got brought down by a black woman who worked for him and who was here for him? That would be crazy. The likelihood of that happening is probably very small. Angela says, no, so we revoked her black card, she don't get into Wakanda. Omarosa is for Omarosa. She exactly is. She's all for Omarosa. She is. She absolutely is. And Angela and Alicia said, nope, she can't get into Wakanda. She's out. She's out. Out this piece. Out. Peace. She's out, man. She is out. So, that's you know what? Like I said, that's low-hanging fruit. The fact that whether or not he used the N-word is not an important thing right now. The important thing is to get everybody registered to vote, and let's get this done. Okay, let's get this done. Right? They're going to come November. They're going to try and cheat people out of their right to vote. And I think that we have to do our part. Clearly, we didn't do our part in the presidential election. Daryl, the status quo will still vote for him. Yes, absolutely. His supporters will vote for him. The question is, are we going to step up and override their votes by having so many people vote? And the way people are talking as far as registered voters and stuff is that we're more than the GOP as far as voters go right now. Plus, there's going to be a lot of Republicans who are not going to vote for Republicans or folks who are Trump evangelists for Donald Trump. We're not going to because and he can do no wrong. Bethany, no, I do not. I do not. Right now, I'm a free agent right now. So if you know somebody hiring, let a brother know. let a brother know. Let a brother know. Ego. No, I got laid off. So I worked for an amazing company with amazing people, and they were very good to me, and they always treated me with the utmost respect and class, and I really felt special there. But because of circumstances that I'm not allowed to talk about, other than to say that I have no problem, I have no animosity towards them. I just regret that I'm no longer working for an incredible company. So there's that. So let's see, hit that right there, and yeah, Yvonne, we got to do our part in November. And that, you know what? That's the bottom line. The bottom line is this: if we don't vote in November, then we're going to have to live with it, and it's going to be very painful, right? Because we all know what Make America Great. Make America Great is code for Make America 1955 again, where people who look like you and me, we knew what our place was in this country. That's what Make America Great is, right? Bernadette, you know what? You want me back in St. Louis? You know what? Call your favorite radio station and demand. I mean, where am I going to work in St. Louis? Nowhere to work in St. Louis. Everybody on the radio is doing a great job. So, yeah, Karen, appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I mean, you know what? One of the first things I did, well, not one of the first things, but I am registered to vote in Texas. And in Texas, there's a very strong possibility. And to understand, Texas is a lot like Missouri, and it's a very red state. Okay? But Ted Cruz is in the fight for his political life right now. And the guy, Beto, is running against him and is got momentum on his side. And Beto drove to every county in Texas. You know how big Texas is? It was like 234 counties in Texas, some ridiculous number. And he's gone to every one of them. And it's lapped over, and it's going to some. He's revisiting some of them again, and he's going to these places, and he's doing these town halls. Ted Cruz is not doing a town hall because he knows first of all he's got no balls. Let's just be honest. He's got no guts. He can't take the heat. Can't take a punch. Right? He's literally begging the president to come to Texas and campaign for him. After the president basically told the American people that Ted Cruz's wife was ugly and Ted Cruz's father had something to do with John F. Kennedy's assassination. And now he's begging him to come here and campaign for him so he won't lose his job. How do you look yourself in the mirror, man? How do you do that? How do you do it? Because your wife is more important than any political job you'll ever have. I mean, really. This is crazy. This is crazy. So, yeah. Angela, you've been listening to me since I was on Magic 108. Angela, that was a long time ago. That's a long time ago. That was a long time ago. That was, as they say, many moons ago. You know, Donna, the N-word tape, and like I said earlier, it's low-hanging fruit. It really is. It doesn't even matter because we know he's used the N-word. We can say that, you know, we're certain. We're not certain of a lot of things, but that one I think we can put in the bank. Okay, we can do that. And there's some woman who works for him, a black woman, was asked on Fox News, has he ever said the N-word? And she said no. And then they played one of Omarosa's tapes where the woman clearly is basically saying, yeah. Have you seen that? That's crazy. What's up, Kevin? Kevin Wiggins. Kevin Wiggins sang at my wedding. He did. When I married the love of my life, who, for you guys who don't know, my wife and girls stayed in St. Louis when I moved here back in 2015 because my youngest wanted to finish high school in St. Louis. And my wife and I decided that we wanted to do that for her. So we did. And she graduated. And now they're moving here Saturday. This Saturday, I get my wife back. And next week, Maria moves to Austin to go to college. Right? So there's that. And, of course, Olivia, if you don't know, is living in Los Angeles pursuing her dance career. And, and is doing an amazing job. She's only been there like maybe 5 weeks, but she's holding it down, man. She's holding it down. She is. Yep. But back to the lecture at hand. You're right, Lisa. We got to vote. We must vote. And thank you for missing me on the radio. I've often said, see, I would do like I would come on and do this every morning if there was a way to monetize it. But there's not. I can't think of a business model because to monetize it, you have to have a minimum of 25,000 views for each show. And I think the last Facebook live thing I did, I think I got like a 1,700. Well, that's not even close to 25,000. So there's not a way to monetize it. I can't ask a sponsor to pay me, $100 for 1,700 views. That doesn't work. Hell, I wouldn't pay that. So I need to grow it. And you say, well, if you do it more often, you'll grow it. Well, you know what? It's a little bit more complicated than that. But yeah, maybe you're right on that too. So, Bethany, I have not seen the Michael Brown documentary. I will at some point. I will. It's different in St. Louis now, Daryl. A serious ageist frame of mind. It's about youth now in St. Louis. Well, you know what? But it's always been about the youth. Youth define the culture. They always have. They define the culture. It's always been that way. Maybe it's a little bit more prominent now because maybe you and I are older, and we feel like a little left out. But it's always been that way, though. Really. Yeah, the baby's moving to Austin, Bethany. She's moving. She's excited. And there's nothing, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing in the world better than seeing your children excited about something. That's just everything. Donna, you think there's an ooh-ah tape too? the president? Do you really? Do you really think there's because everybody says the Russians got a tape of Russian prostitutes peeing on Trump. I don't know where that came from. Why couldn't there be, a tape of him with 2 Russian prostitutes in a threesome or so? Why does urination, and why is that part of the conversation? I don't know why that's part of the conversation. That's crazy. I've never understood that. And some people say, that's because there's a tape out there. Well, we don't know that. We don't know that. Some of us hope there's a tape out there. But what would it change? What would a sex tape involving the president change about the situation? It would change nothing. What would a videotape of him using the N-word, what would that change? That would not change anything. It wouldn't change anything. We have to vote people out so we can vote people in and then watch things change. And watch them change quickly. So there's that. We need an old school DJ reunion. You remember when AJ was a little girl? So do I. And Olivia Maria. AJ's living her best life in Houston. To her and her family. And couldn't be prouder of. I'm proud of all my girls. I got 3 girls. 2 are college graduates. 1 is going to be. She's starting her college journey next week. Donna, at this point, I would consider anything as my next career. Uber, Home Depot, anything. I would consider anything as a next career at this point, because it drives me crazy to not be able to have an outlet to do what I've done all for over half my life, you know. So yeah, it makes me crazy. So I have been getting in better shape. I've been walking 4 miles every day. I think I've only missed like maybe a day. One day I didn't do anything. And then the second day, I think I did like 5,000 steps because I had some other stuff that I needed. There's some meetings and stuff that I had to do, and I didn't get a chance to do the whole thing. But I was determined to do something. So I did 5,000 steps was better than no 1,000 steps. So I did that, and been working on myself. So there's that. And Denise, I talked to Doc today, and Brian Anthony is a friend of mine on Facebook. So is Kevin Woodson. So there's that. Shirley, thank you. You know what, Shirley, there's sometimes I talk too much about my family, I think, and my wife looks at me like, what's wrong with you, man? I mean, really, for real, seriously, what is really wrong with you? Well, did your mom drop you on your head when you were a baby? Well, call my mother and ask her. You got her number. Go and do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what? Back to yeah, those tapes of him with prostitutes and tapes of him saying the N-word doesn't change anything. We don't live in that world anymore, right? We don't live in that world anymore. You know, it's very apparent now. Here's how I look at it, Angela. Trump supporters, they're shooting their shot now. They're all in on Donald Trump to get this country back to 1955, right? Where we people who look like you and me, we're not allowed to go into certain businesses, right? We're not allowed to have the same rights as people who look like the president. Now, I'm not saying that all white people are like that. I'm saying that his supporters, they are shooting their shot, trying to roll back the rights of people who look like you and me. They're all in. This is it. This is their last shot, man. If they don't get this, you know, then they're going to have to crawl back under that rock again. And they don't want to do that. So they're putting up, even evangelicals, they're putting up with all this crap knowing, I mean, if I won't even say Obama, all right? If Clinton, Bill Clinton, who cheated on his wife and went through all that with the Monica Lewinsky thing, but if he had said on tape to grab women by their privates and used the slang word for it, then they would have come for him. They clearly would have impeached him because that's conduct unbecoming the president, even though it happened before he was the president. It's still, we don't want our president with that kind of stuff in his closet like that. We don't want to see it. We don't want to hear it. It can be reported allegations, he said, she said, hearsay and all that. That's just stuff that can be disproved. Then you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But when there's concrete proof of even if Bill Clinton using the N-word, we would come for him and we would get him. But we don't live in that world anymore. And we found that out with this last presidential election, that is not how this country operates anymore. Right? Right? Van Jones said it best the night that the president won the election. This was a whitewashing. This was a whitewashing of this country. We had to pay the price of electing a black president. And the price to pay was having this man be our president. You know? So there it is. Denise, I haven't talked to Brian in a while. I enjoy Sheila, Brian Anthony's wife's posts on Facebook and stuff like that. I know he's doing some good work as far as helping people create their digital footprint, stuff like that, online and website design, stuff like that. But tell him I said hello, and if you need somebody, call a brother. You know what I'm saying? So, Alicia, I could talk all day about my family because they are everything. So they truly are. So, Mom is still in Galveston, still living her best life. We lost my father, it'll be 8 years in November. And miss him every day. And my relationship with my father is really interesting because my father never once in the 85 years that he lived, never once said to me those 3 words, I love you. But I knew he loved me. I knew he loved me by how he raised me in what he did for me and how he prepared me for adult life. You know? Now, I tell my girls all the time that I love them. All the time. Are you going to run for, Marshall, you going to run for president in 2028? Well, you know what? Let's get it started, man. Let's get it started. You know what I saw yesterday driving, and it just puzzled me because I saw a Latina woman. I don't know. No, that's the clock ticking. The clock. My wife says, is there water dripping? Because I can hear water. No, it's the clock. The clock is ticking. There's no water dripping. There's no... We are the global majority. Let me tell you what I saw. I saw a Latina woman driving a car, and she had a bumper sticker on the back that says, I'm a Trump girl. And I was like, wow. Wow. He called Mexicans rapists and drug dealers, and you're a Trump girl. Well, I'm Stop. She said, well, I'm not a drug dealer, and I'm not a rapist, so I'm a Trump girl. But people who look like you, people who look like could be your brother, your uncle, your father, your nephew, your man. He's saying that we're rapists and drug dealers, and you're okay with that. Wow, that's crazy. We do, Donna, we do need to put our economic dollars back in our community. You know? You guys saw the second tape of the beauty supply store where the man punched a black woman, right? Y'all saw that one, right? Y'all have seen that. I'm just saying. Daphne, how you doing? You know? It's always interesting to me how people of color can have bigoted ways. That always interests me, you know, because the fact that the Asian people have huge success with beauty supply stores in a black neighborhood isn't the Asian community, isn't the Asian owner's fault. It's black folks' fault for supporting him, right? I mean, let's just keep it real here. Let's be honest. It's not his fault. He opened a store in the black community, and people went to the store. But an African American will open the same store in the same community and won't get that kind of love. Well, the prices are too high. Well, yeah, but it's not so high that you can't afford it. And in the long run, if you support the black business in your own community, that would allow them to open up another store, be competitive, and drop the prices. I mean, come on. Yeah, the video of the man punching a woman, that was disgusting. Is that store even still open? Is that, I mean, because here's the thing, they're coming, and I was, this makes me happy that they're coming for everybody now, right? Call somebody the N-word, you're going to lose your job. How the dude in the scrubs that worked at the hospital goes to the donut shop, calls the girl the N-word, and then he puts out a post on social media saying, that's not me, that's not the kind of person I am. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's exactly who you are. You're a grown-ass man. You're a grown-ass man, and you call her the N-word. That's exactly who you are. And you lost your job. Because the company put out a statement and saying, he doesn't work here anymore. You know? How about the guy, the white guy in the van, the plumber, who, was he a plumber? He followed the dude to his house and called him the N-word. Then he's like, my life is ruined because, well, yeah, your life is ruined. You're a racist. You cannot use the N-word and not be a racist, okay? Let's just call it for what it is. Now, having said that, you know, this whole argument that white people can't say the N-word, yes, they can. They absolutely can. They can say any damn thing they want. They can say what they want. They can use the N-word. Yes, absolutely. But see, now, well, I got one more of me. Now, there's a price to pay for that because they're getting called out and they're losing their jobs. Right? There's a bus driver that got fired because he wouldn't pick up this black passenger and told him, I didn't pick you up because you're black. He lost his job. So y'all going to have to get back under that rock, man. You know, Donna, you know what? There's a lot of people who are starting to feel that way, but a lot of people still will put their money outside of the black community because it's convenient and it's cheaper. Because there are a lot of black communities that don't have beauty supply stores that are black owned in the community. Why? Because they can't get any support. They can't get any support. So, you know, it's kind of, it's like a, it just keeps going back around and around. And and when the people get caught saying the N-word, they, you know, that's because a lot of, and I've said this before, black folks are the most forgiving people in the history of the planet. In the history of the planet. Which can be a great thing and it can be a bad thing, to be quite honest. You know, but God tells us we're supposed to turn to the other cheek and we're supposed to love each other, and people who can do that, you are, you know what, that's how it's supposed to be. But it's not, doesn't work out that way, right? Yeah, the plumber guy, Bernadette, said he was raised to use that word. And I don't know if he lost his job. He owned the business. Okay, now he may have lost his government contract, which could be the same as losing his business if that was like his main source of income. But it's one of those things where, you know, all this stuff that's being recorded now is costing, making it a price to pay. So there's that. Let's see. Daphne says, back in the day, I called out her license plate number and she won $108. You go, girl. Congratulations. Yes, way to go. Very, very glad to hear that. I did read about the ambulance company refused to take the black lady to the hospital because they thought she couldn't afford the ride, and she died. How about the black woman who was pregnant with twins and they accused her of shoplifting, having something under her blouse, and she says, I'm pregnant with twins. What is that? You know? Donna, you know, you make a great point. Black owned beauty supply stores have to charge more because they can't get, you know, the products as readily. Because, you know why? Because these other companies that are in the black community, they have multiple locations, so they can spend money and buy more products, so the products are made more available to them, and they buy in bulk, so they get it at a better rate. So if a beauty supply company that is not black owned in the black community has 4, 5, 6 locations, but this black owned beauty supply company has one location, well, yeah, it's going to be a little tougher for them. This is where the black community has to make the difference, in my opinion. And I could be off on that, but that's how I kind of look at it. You know, Aaron Webster, yeah man. You know, and black equates to low quality for some odd reason, Daryl. Yeah. So some of the most brilliant inventions, you know, were from African Americans, but no, credit don't go that way. But it's been that way forever. It's a reason. It's not, you know, but things are changing, right? But they're never going to change fast enough to satisfy the masses, right? And this president we have now is trying. He clearly is trying to erase the legacy of President Obama. I mean, clearly, if you can't see that, then you're not being honest. You're not being honest. The thing is that he'll never be able to erase the legacy of Barack Obama. You know, I laugh at these posts. You know, click share if you miss the Obamas. I don't miss the Obamas. I don't know the Obamas. I don't miss them. You know, I don't miss them at all. And that's no shade. No, they serve their country. They serve this country, and now they get to have their life back. And for that, I'm very happy for, and I'm very thankful that we had the Obama experience. Do I miss them? No, I don't miss them. I miss democracy. I I do miss that, but the Obamas, no, I don't miss them at all. No, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all. I don't miss them at all. No, I want them to live their best life. You know, the black on black crime is. I don't have an answer for that. I don't. You know what? And I commend the people on the front lines who have these. And I've said this before. You have these symposiums, these town hall meetings in the black community. That is a waste of time. Because the folks who need to be at these meetings, these young people who are causing this havoc in black communities, they're not going to come to these meetings. So it's like having a one-sided conversation. It's like talking in the mirror, right? Because we can't reach these young people and get them to go and partake in the conversation, because they're going to get hammered. They're going to get talked down to. They're going to get yelled at. They're going to get lectured to. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. It's one of those things. And it's sad because we can't reach these people, these lost souls who are shooting people for no reason, things like that. It's very sad. So Donna is a conscious consumer. She won't even buy hair care products that are made in foreign countries. And Donna says, "Oh, well, I don't have enough hair anyway." I'll just say this: when you buy your hair care products, they last you a while. Yeah, man. I haven't even taken a razor to my face in like 2 days, man. This is like 2 days, And I was going to say, I ain't got no work. I'm just going to grow a beard, right? And I was like, but I got to shoot a video on Saturday, so I got to get it together. So I got to get it together. Black on black crime is like white on white crime, says Michelle. It's crime, period. And we need to police our own. Well, the problem with black on black crime is that it gets blown up so much, and this is going to sound like really awkward, and I don't mean it to be, but it gets blown out of proportion where they make it seem like that, every city with a large black population, there are murders going on in every community all across the country every day, every hour of every day. Because that's the spin, that's the lens that they're using, the camera angle they're using to report this, when that's not the case at all. Yes, to deny there's a lot of violence in the black community is to not be honest. There is. But what's the reason for it? What's the cause of it? And no one wants to sit down and look at that. They just see it as violence. They're killing their own. Let them kill their own. Who cares? Well, we're better than that. We used to be better than that, And the reason is directly related to economics, education. Yeah, absolutely. But what we don't understand, we don't want a part of. You know what I'm saying? What we don't understand, we don't want to fool with it. I don't live in a black community. I don't deal with black people. I don't care about that. I don't care. That's not my life. That's not my reality. I don't want to hear. I want to hear. That's just that's just stupid. Because where's your empathy? Where's your empathy? You don't have that. Because why? I don't know. I don't know why you don't have empathy. But you can't call yourself a Christian and not feel for other people and not have empathy for other people. The Bible says, basically the basic message of the Bible is to love each other. The sins of man we put on God. God says, put the sins on me. I will deal with them when it's time. You continue to love each other. That's the basic message of the Bible. You got books and Psalms and all these other things, and they're all great and everything like that. But the basic message of the Bible is to love each other. The sins of man. He says, I will deal with them. You let me do that. But we're not here for that. I will judge you. I will judge you. I will judge you. I will put you in a box. In this country, we put everything's in a box in this country. Everything's in a box, right? All black men are this way, all black women are this way. The black community is this way, right? All Latinos are here in this country illegally. They're rapists, they're murderers, and people get put in boxes, and because he said so, then folks believe it. Folks believe it, you know? To me, the worst thing this man has done is to say that the press is the enemy of the people. And they're not. And they're not. How is it that all of a sudden now the press is the enemy of the... Not one president has had this kind of relationship with the press, right? George Bush and April Ryan used to go at it all the time, but they'd take a picture and smile together, and they'd say, have a good night, and have a good weekend when she would leave the White House, and he would say, you have a good weekend. See you Monday. They'd go back at it again. But respect was always there. We don't have that anymore because this man keeps saying it's all fake news. It can't all be fake news. That's the part that his base doesn't see. There's no way it can all be fake news. Is there fake news? Yeah, probably. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But not that much. Not even close. Not even close. Donna, then it's time to move. It's time to move out of South Lake and move back. Donna, let's get that house on them. Let's get back in there, man. No, you know what? That's a conversation. It's very, you can't support the black community if you don't live in the black community. Well, that's not true. That's not true. You can't condemn people for moving out of the black community. What's wrong with the black community? I don't know. You know what's wrong with the black community. Talking is my gift. Donna. Oh, Donna, you're so sweet to me. How's Miles, your son Miles? Tell him I said hello. Well, Daryl, support the up-and-coming political brothers and sisters. And much love to St. Louis County for voting out Bob McCullough. Bob McCullough was the prosecuting attorney who refused to indict Darren Wilson for killing Michael Brown. And like I said before, there was a price to pay for that. And the bill came due. What was it, last week? The bill came due. And he lost his job. Now, he doesn't officially leave office till sometime in January. So everybody be careful till then. But now, will Wesley Bell, will he be able to revisit the Darren Wilson thing? I don't know. People have asked. I got a lot of messages from people. Can justice now be served? I don't know. You probably would know better than me. I'm just saying. It'll be an interesting thing to see how, if that's the case. I don't know, because double jeopardy isn't attached because he never went to trial. There was never a trial, so double jeopardy is not attached. I don't know. Statute of limitations, has that run out? I don't think so. I don't know. It's been 4 years. I don't know. But that's an interesting question, though. A lot of people want to know the answer to that, so there's that. So anyway, I ran past my allotted time. Kevin, tell Bernie I said hello. How is she? How is she? I saw she just sent me a friend request since I've been on Facebook Live, so I'll make sure that I'll let her in. Oh, man. Donna says, if I hit the lottery, I'm building my own Wakanda. Donna, if you hit the lottery, I'm going to have to hit you up for a loan. And I hope you win the lottery tonight. I do. And I hope everybody wins the lottery tonight. I'm happy for anybody. So, Yvonne, have a great night. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. You can help me grow by just sharing this on your Facebook page. When I hit end, there'll be like the share thing. Just share it like you share anything else that you share. Yeah, Alicia, it only went to the grand jury, so I can't see why it can't be revisited, but I'm not familiar with how all that works. But I guess we'll find out in due time. So, very good, Kevin. Glad to hear Bernie's doing great. But if you share this, that would be great. That helps grow. And let's see if I can get 50 shares. If I can get 50 shares, that would be great. I'm about 7 or 8 people away from having 3,500 subscribers on YouTube. What I would like to do is get to 10,000 because that would help me. That would open up the next level of creating content on the YouTube platform. And that would help me. Oh, Donna, you're so nice. Thank you. That would help me to be able to do a better job of on that platform. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Tony Scott Media, and subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And if you could get me to 10,000 by 7:30, that would be wonderful. No, I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be crazy though? If I got almost 3,500 now, and if I got like another 6,500 in the next 35 minutes, that would be bananas. That would be crazy. Oh man, that would be, what a gift. But no, I'm realistic. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, and Bernadette, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. That means everything. So you guys are awesome. And like I said, share, subscribe, help me grow the platform. Tomorrow night, about 6 o'clock, I think, it'll be me, Mark Clark, and I think we'll have Troy Johnson. We'll have to see. And we've got some topics that we'll go over, including the ones we talked about today. Because so tell all your friends that we'll do it live on this Tony Scott page, the Tony Scott Media page. I think it's Tony Scott Media page, facebook.com/Tony Scott Media page. The black and white picture of me is the one that you want. So very good. Teresa, thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Thank you, Daryl. Appreciate you, man. Everybody have a great night. Getting ready to watch the Cardinals. Go Cardinals. Go Cardinals. Thank you, Albany, for subscribing. Appreciate you doing that. And tomorrow, all right, have a great night. Peace.